Nyora was a small village then, wrapped between two rivers and the dark forest of Iroko. In those days, the people lived by the rhythm of rain and sun, planting millet, yam, and maize. The king of Nyora was Obakaru, a man proud of his power and fearful of losing it. His line had ruled for generations, and though his people respected him, whispers said he had become too harsh, too quick to call anyone an enemy of the crown. That season, a woman named Nyora lived in the village. She was quiet, tall, and had eyes that seemed to see through people's hearts. The old women said she was born under the red moon, a child of two worlds, half of the spirits, half of the earth. Nyora healed the sick when the village herbalist could not. She called rain when the sky forgot to weep. Some feared her, but more loved her. Then one day, the king's only son fell ill. The boy coughed without end, his body burning like firewood. Every healer failed. In desperation, Queen Sephu sent for Nyora, who came with her small basket of herbs and charms. She ground roots, sang to the wind, and touched the boy's chest. The child slept peacefully for the first time in many days, but when morning came, the prince did not wake, the palace wailed. The king's grief turned to rage, she killed him, shouted the king's guards. The witch has taken his soul. No, Nyora said calmly, death came for the boy long before I arrived. His time was chosen by the ancestors. But the king was deaf to her words. Fear and sorrow blinded him. The elders begged him to wait for the oracle's word, but he would not listen. That night, they dragged Nyora to the village square. A fire roared. The whole village gathered, faces pale in the glow of flame. The king stood tall on the stone platform and declared, "Let it be known that this woman, Nyora, used dark power against the royal blood. Let her pay for it with her life." Nyora looked up at him, her eyes full of sadness, not fear. Her voice rose above the wind, "Obakaru, I served your people with clean hands. But since your heart is darkened by pride, let the earth bear witness. The blood of your line shall never know peace. When joy comes to your house, my tears shall follow. When life begins, death shall walk beside it. From your seed shall grow pain, until one with a pure heart breaks this chain." The fire caught her clothes. The people turned their faces away. Her scream was not one of pain, it was a sound that shook the trees, that carried through the forest and into the riverbeds, that made even the stars tremble. When the flames died, her ashes scattered on the wind, and it was said that a black bird flew out of the fire and vanished into the forest of Iroko. That night, the king's wife miscarried. His crops failed. The river turned murky and foul. The elders said, "You have angered the spirits." But Karu hardened his heart and built a stone wall around his palace, swearing the curse was only a tale. Years passed. Karu's descendants continued to rule, each king bearing the mark of Nyora's vengeance. Some lost children at birth. Some went mad. Some saw a woman's shadow by their beds at night. And so, the curse of Nyora lived on, whispered like a warning across generations, until the reign of King Dora, the youngest descendant of Karu's blood.